and we're going to Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro.
God.
Yeah.
You and Hill Dog?
I think Hill Dog will sit out Bosnia. It'll be her reading time.
Uh-huh.
Because she always jokes that when she's trying to read, I'm like, hey, can I? And I'm like, oh, you're reading?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I dude, I'm the same thing happens to me. I pick up a book and it's as if I've thrown out the bat signal for Sierra. Hey, if you got any questions, now's the time.
Welcome back to Oops the Podcast.
All right, lots to unpack here.
I got something for you.
Please. Julio, I don't know where you came up with that idea.
Dude, this guy was a huge turkey.
What is this, Japan? Which is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I hadn't told you about it.
No, and I also just assumed you were saving it for the pod if you were going to tell me,
Yeah.
which of course you were.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Welcome back to Oops the Podcast. I am joined by Giulio Gallerati,
What up?
Ryan Lynch,
Hi.
and Chris Caso.
Hi.
Hello, Chris.
I'm so happy to
Ryan.
see you all on this bright and cheerful May day. Speaking of, do you have any idea about the etymology of May Day?
But what is, like Mayday.
Yeah.
No.
Ryan, that feels like a you problem.
Oh, this sounded like you learned this. This sounds like you learned this in the Truman book or something.
No, I don't know it.
Mayday.
I don't know its origin. So
We got MiGs at 12 o'clock.
yeah, bogeys.
Mayday is an internationally recognized radio word to signal distress.
Yeah, we know that, Ryan.
I didn't know if we knew that.
We
I
knew
didn't
that.
know if we knew that.
Start where we don't know.
I may or may not have known that.
I may or may not have known
I
that
know,
either.
like Mayday. I know it means there's like trouble, but I didn't know it's the international. I don't know.
Okay. Is there anything else? Is there any reason why it is May Day instead of June Day or October Day? We'll come back to that.
No. But it is said 3 times to distinguish that it is an actual emergency. They say it 3 times.
Oh,
Mayday,
yeah,
Mayday,
don't.
Mayday. You say it once.
Mayday. He's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we figured it out. The vodka nips were in the bottom drawer.
Yeah, the guys in the control booth hear it once, and they're like, false alarm. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Okay, so I got to come out right off the bat. I got to tell you something. I was doing an exercise class yesterday. It's a kettlebell focused exercise class. And we were doing these overhead clean kind of things. And I don't know what happened, but I caught one wrong and my neck broke. It genuinely feels as though I broke a vertebrae in my neck. That's how it feels. And I'm in a lot of pain. And I told you this before the episode. But there are interesting things that it made me think of, right? Because I'm in so much pain now that I needed Sierra to take care of me. I needed to be taken care of, which was really nice. It was really nice.
What did she do for you?
To be a patient. Just instantly, all my chores, gone. My chores are gone. I don't have to do my chores for the evening last night. Do you know what I mean?
That's good.
I'm not taking the dogs out late at night, even though we do worry about the risk of her walking the dogs because they're not exactly attack defense dogs. And we've been seeing a couple bogeys in our neighborhood at night. But she took them late for the late night pee. I'm not asked to clean up the dinner at all. I don't get asked to do anything. I just do my stuff that I have to do. But all the things that I normally do implicitly, I'm just lying immobile on the couch. And she's making it so that I don't have to move, bringing me a heating pad, refilling my water. I go to bed and she's getting the Tiger Balm or whatever and rubbing it into my neck. Just some nice Advil being brought to me. All kinds of good stuff. It's really made me breakfast this morning. It's pretty much a treat.
Well, listen, dude, it comes with the price tag, though, unfortunately.
Which is pain?
Pain.
Yeah, the pain.
The pain.
The pain is real. Now, the other thing I would say, Giulio, is that as a 34-year-old young man who has recently entered a more Cro-Magnon man way of thinking, who has reverted to a reductive Neanderthal phase of framing my duties as the male of the household. It did occur to me that with an injury like this, I cannot fulfill my duties as the forager, hunter, provider of the household.
Yeah, your next door neighbor is just gonna knock on the door and claim your wife.
Yeah, he's gonna, yeah, and I can't fight him.
He's just gonna go, ah!
Yeah, right. I'm gonna lose my family to a usurper.
Yep, you will be usurped.
And it's not great because I have a lot of work to do, and with an injury, I don't feel like I can do it.
And you're not supposed to talk about specifically what the work is, but let us just say that this particular work is potentially the worst sort of work you might have to do with a bad neck injury.
I have a bad neck injury, and I'm not in good shape to do my work. But it's not just work for pay. I'm talking the chores too.
Oh, housework?
We can't. I need to be available to hold up my end of the bargain. And the whole through sickness and in health situation, boy, what a big promise that is. I think people make that promise very lightly because of how used to hearing it we are. We're very accustomed to hearing it. A lot of people just sort of breeze over it. But my golly, I would say most married couples get married under a presumption of health to some degree. That's typically the norm. Obviously, lots of exceptions. But there's an understanding. And very quickly, that can change. In a marriage where shortly into it, you are basically, you have shouldered all the obligations and duties of the other person because they are sick or injured, that's a huge strain.
Yeah, big time. Easy to say, in sickness and in health, but push comes to shove.
Yeah.
And one has been shoved in a way where they can no longer go on with life the way they used to.
I'm looking at you out of the periphery of my eye, but I do agree. Because I can't turn my head.
Yeah.
It also made me wonder, who are these men that in their 40s continue to play men's league basketball, men's league hockey, shit like that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where a ruptured Achilles would mean they cannot split wood for the hearth for the winter.
For potentially the rest of their life.
Yeah. I mean, what are you doing? How selfish. Ride a Peloton. You're not going to hurt yourself to the degree of not being able to provide warmth for your family.
It's the number one injury, I think, men ages 25 to 45 in the U.S. And it also made me think, it's funny, skiing, the only time you'll see somebody who with like a cast on in adulthood, it is almost always a skiing accident.
Yeah, it's skiing.
God forbid, if it's some sort of other accident, but typically it's skiing.
It's skiing.
And
I have a very dear friend
out there.
Who's a really good skier, and we go skiing every year, and he's a much better skier than I am.
I know this guy?
Yeah. And he tries to choose the trails. And I got to a point where I just said, buddy, you're on your own. Because he has us hiking into back bowls.
Yeah.
He has us hiking past signs that say, don't go this way.
Yeah.
Danger, cliff.
What's the tree thing called?
Glades?
The tree hole?
Oh, yeah. A tree well?
And I think they say that 90% of people who fall into them, shout out to Patrick Izzo, who told me this statistic, like you need someone to discover you or you cannot get out.
Yeah. I mean, that video of the guy this season really highlighted it.
Hilarious that the guy
his name was Francis.
who saved him was named Francis.
I've watched that video 15 times and I boil with rage that it wasn't me.
We were laughing about something involving. Oh yeah, we didn't realize that was Francis.
We're
like,
I can't
this is
even
a refurbished clip.
The FOMO of that heroic act that I have is as real as the FOMO I used to have as a kid when I'd find out that I'd missed getting someone's autograph or seeing a celebrity or something by 5 minutes. For sure.
Dude, that was funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it.
Well, good luck, bro. Better
Thank you.
health, hopefully coming. Chris, what's up?
Chris, what's
I
up?
just wanted to hear about Julio's red carpet experience.
yeah?
before
Oh
we
my
forget
God.
about it.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
thanks for asking. Bupkis is out. Check it out. I really think it's a fun show. Anyway, I'm like not in it that much, but like I'm still proud.
You gotta stop saying that.
Well, I'm just saying I'm still proud of my participation and my involvement. I got to do some cool stuff with cool people. It was awesome.
We are proud.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
that's why it doesn't matter how long you're in it for. Remember your commercial where you were in it just a tiny bit?
Uh-huh.
You were in that commercial and we were all proud of you.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you. That's very nice. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. And I realized I've never been to a proper premiere before. This was like a proper premiere. There have been times where I go to stuff and there's a red carpet, but like, am I invited to the red carpet? How do I get over there? I don't know. No, I'm serious. And then like I get there and they're like, who are you? And I just immediately have this sort of, what's the thing?
Imposter syndrome?
Like an inferiority complex.
Yeah, not thinking you belong.
I just assume that I'm supposed to go to the Piker line.
Mm.
And then I'm sitting there when I realize, and then by the time I realize I can go somewhere else or whatever, it's too late. Anyway, this was like proper. So what happened actually, we had an Uber drop us off. Usually a car will bring you through the thing and you get out in front. So immediately I start having PTSD. I'm like, again, I'm going to like not get to the right place. I start getting really stressed about it. I end up there and it was like the proper red carpet experience. Somebody was walking the red carpet. I had anxiety because I didn't know what to do. I was texting my manager being like, so what do I do? Do I just go? I had like very specific questions. I'm like, will they know that I'm there?
Uh-huh.
Do I have to like shamefully be like, I want to do it? Or will they be expecting me? Who do I talk to? How does it work? Do I just walk? Do they tell me to stop? He's like, dude, don't worry. Like you'll know how to do it. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Sound like a bridesmaid.
I was stressed, dude. So I find the lady, and I'm like, I'm Julio, and she starts like looking at the list. I'm like, here we go. I'm not going to be on. And then she goes, oh, great, welcome, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, 1 second. When he's done, and I think there was some like big star in front of me, like I don't know, like Brad Garrett or like Bobby Cannavale or like one of these guys, right? Taking pictures. I'm like, ooh, cool. And they're like, all right, it's your turn. They write my name on a chalkboard. On like a whiteboard. You know about all this? You know this is how they do it?
No, I've never.
I had no idea. I don't know if this is like common knowledge or whatever. Then they hold the name up. They spelled it right, by the way.
Wow.
Huge.
And then you take turns taking pictures for every single person,
Oh my God.
which is sick. And you got to pose and shit. And
Were
like,
you with Hill Dog?
so I wanted Hill Dog to come, but she was like, "That's ridiculous for me to come. I'm not coming." So she
Man.
she watched me.
You guys are set. Wait. Oh, for the pictures.
Oh, she came to the premiere. She didn't do the
I
pictures.
see.
I would have liked her to do the pictures.
I would have said that you two being such a beautiful couple, what a perfect opportunity to feel real glamorous. You know?
I would have liked it. I think she felt self-conscious. She didn't want to seem like she was being like extra.
Oh.
Like she really cared and wanted to be in it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I understand, I guess. But anyway, so took a series of photos. Then I get interviewed. Like,
Whoa.
you know how they do that? They'll be
Yeah.
we were on the red carpet last
What
night.
are you wearing?
And they're but like they're like, so if in 5 words, how would you describe John? You know what I mean? Or whatever. And then the guy's like, it was so great working with Martin Scorsese. Like, he's really an incredible visionary.
Our
like,
incredible director.
it honestly, but just that's the thing about making pictures.
Mhm.
You know, they love to say that. That's the thing about making pictures. So anyway, they start asking me questions. They're like, if you could describe Bupkis as da 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 da, right? And then and like the first 10 words I said were just nonsense.
Okay.
I choked a little,
Oh no.
as Dave would do.
Yeah.
I start choking. And then I pick it up and I think I said some good shit. But at first they're like, tell us about Bupkis. I was like, it's awesome just because it's like awesome. Dude, and I was telling somebody else that I did that, and Hillary's like, yeah, I heard you say it. I'm like, all right. All right.
No.
All right.
You don't want to be the guy who goes viral for the wrong reason on the red carpet of the Bupkis premiere.
And that's the only way that I'm probably making into the mainstream media from
Yeah.
that interview. I mean, let's be real,
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was cool. Then you pose, you do your little pose, whatever. I would say at this point, with how mainstream having photographers at comedy shows is, I do have a couple looks that I think are safe bets.
Okay.
A couple poses.
Oh.
So I'd be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
You have a few. Do you want to show them to us?
Okay, so I'll do like a smile with no teeth, a smile with teeth,
Mm-hmm.
a slightly more serious that sort of is smile leaning, but isn't quite a smile.
Okay.
and then maybe I'll do a little type of face. You know what I mean? Or maybe like a lip pucker or a chin thrust.
Can we see the pucker?
I'll be like,
You're a little
Is it
De
the camera?
Niro-y.
a little,
There, that's a little De
a
Niro.
little,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little.
Uh-huh.
or and then.
Needless to say, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, this would be the time.
Those are the looks.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah, dude. So then the premiere happens. We sit down, whatever. They show 2 episodes. The first 2, which are both phenomenal in my opinion. Like the first one's just like clever, bold, funny comedy shit that's just kind of like crazy, random, like really good, really fun and good. And then the second one's like a lot of like flashback stuff. And, knowing Pete as well as I do, and also being from the tri-state area and like being originally from the boroughs of New York, they show this wedding that he went to in like 2000 that reminds me of every single Staten Island, New York area thing I've ever been to. Brooklyn, Sweet 16. It's like really captures it. And they really go long lengths to like show stuff about Pete's life that is actually really true, which I appreciate.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like when he lived with his mom, the house looks exactly like the house.
Mm-hmm.
The way the mom is exactly how his real mom is at the house. The basement looks like the basement. There's just like a lot of really cool attention to detail.
Is Edie Falco his mom?
Yeah, and she is amazing.
This is quite a star.
Joe Pesci's his grandfather.
Yeah.
There's a really good cast. Anyway, but dude, the premiere was cool because they show the 2 things. Then Ghostface performs, Staten Island rapper,
Jeez.
Wu-Tang. That was
Yeah.
really fun. Then party, whatever. But anyway, shows
How
out.
was the party?
It was a cool experience. Party was phenomenal. It was in that, I forget what the restaurant's called, but it's in like the top floor of Saks.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know if I've been there, but that's. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like pretty fancy but big. It was really nice. It was cool.
And were you there late?
No, not too late.
L'avenue.
L'Avenue, yeah. I think once Pete rolled out, I maybe hung around for an extra 10 minutes and then dipped
Mhm,
out
mhm.
after. But dude, it was funny. As I'm walking in, there's like paparazzi guys lined up. And I'm like, these guys aren't going to know me or say anything to me, right? I'm about to walk in the door, and I'm with like a group of people who are like semi-noteworthy.
Uh-huh.
The only shout out is, "Hey, Julio, love you on the yak."
Oh.
I was like, shout out Barstool, shout out, shout out Big Cat, shout out. That was cool, man. It was really fun, and I didn't feel ashamed to be enjoying it. And I also didn't feel the need to pretend like I knew what I was doing because this was special for me. I've never gotten to do something like that.
Oh,
And
what a great attitude. It's really nice to hear someone be honest about something like that. Shout out to Julio and credit to you for a night of being a star and truly, having hundreds of cameras trained on you and walking a real red carpet and we're all really excited for you, and it's I'm excited to see your scene and to watch the show. So
yeah.
phenomenal, dude!
Thanks, dude.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I have a couple scenes, by the way. Some of them are small, but it isn't only in one episode. But it's some good stuff. So check it out. I'm in the last episode of the season.
Amazing!
Spoiler alert.
Well, maybe we'll just start with that one. Then. Watch it backwards. See if we can piece it together.
Yeah. So that's the deal.
Nice.
Gotta say, you're looking pretty good, Francis.
I was going to say the same thing to you, Julio. Why, you might just be on the old express train
oh, baby.
to handsomeness. Holy smokes.
Last stop, Handsome Town.
Yeah, decked head to toe in express. This is really the outfit of the summer.
Yeah.
What are you wearing today?
Dude, I got the Pima cotton tee here.
Ugh.
Very versatile, flexible. I got a long day today. We're here. We're crushing these episodes. I'm going to go work out after this. I intend to wear this shirt to exercise.
Wow.
It's
Versatile.
light. It looks good. And it's thin, but not in a way that like makes me look like shit.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You're looking great. What about the shorts? What are you
thanks,
rocking
man.
for the shorts?
Okay, these are hyper stretch elastic waist short, 7-inch, solid, black,
Comfy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, it's really, really good stuff.
Classy.
What about you? What are you rocking?
You got a
over
great
here?
look going there.
You have a very trendy look, dude. I like this for
I
you.
wanted to look trendy. I looked hard and long, and I said to myself, I want to look good when I'm on the French Riviera.
Yeah,
if I'm out in the Hampskins, or wherever the summer finds me. And
Yeah.
I went with the Linen Blend T-shirt, which is heavenly, buddy. This is light.
That's sick.
Love a linen t-shirt. Oh
Yeah,
my
I love
God.
it.
And it fits so well. And then I've got the elastic stretch waistband seersucker suit pant. And I think this combo suits me pretty well.
Dude, yeah, totally.
They also make, by the way, a suit jacket that would match these pants, which I'm going to probably cop as well to complete the look.
Oh yeah.
But for now, I'm going with the seersucker suit pants and the linen blend t-shirt. And I'm feeling comfy, light, airy, stylish, and ready to go out there and turn heads.
Yeah, they, like all the different stuff that you might need, whether you want to make like a bolder fashion choice or you're just looking for something solid and reliable, like the perfect Pima cotton tee. I think that Express has got what you need this summer. So Express is always running awesome sales. So we are excited that we have the code OOPS for 10% off that you can use in addition to the deals that Express already has up on the website. Head to Express for your summer wardrobe online or in store.
Wow.
You can use the code in store as well.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's code OOPS, 10% off of your order that you can use in addition to the deals that Express already has.
Enjoy.
Dude, I'm realizing I've never been to a destination bachelor party, and that's about to change. I'm about to go to my first one,
Where?
Montreal.
Oh,
That's
that's a pretty easy trip. That's nice.
I've
That's
never
not-
been,
Yeah.
and I can't go for the whole weekend, so I'm going to go for Friday. And that's, one might argue that's aggressive, but here's the deal, and tell me what you think about this. The groom to be is the fiance currently of the daughter of the people that I used to live with, who
Oh,
I
yeah.
consider a sister.
Yeah.
I consider this person my sister. And it's funny when somebody is basically your sister, but they're not your sister. If I were to, I can't just not go to this bachelor party. A real brother goes to the bachelor party. A sort of real brother, if I don't go, I'm no longer a sort of real brother. Like
I don't know if that disqualifies you.
I think that if those are the choices that you make, where over time, suddenly this person who's like this person who I literally love, I love her. I don't have a blood sister. She might as well be. We lived across the hall from each other for many years. I literally love her. How am I not going to go to the bachelor party?
Because she's not there.
Because it's a bachelor party.
Well, fine, but I think that if it were her bridal shower or something more related directly to her, do you know the groom pretty
Very well. And I was touched that he invited me.
Wow.
Because, I was like, I guess he theoretically doesn't have to invite me. But, if she really does think of me the way that I think of her, then he will invite me. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm always sort of like, when we hit this moment where the relationship now needs to prove itself to me, I always worry that there's a chance that
Right.
they don't feel the same way that I feel about them. That
Interesting.
I know she does, but still,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Are you I gotta say, you and Hill Dog are remarkably committed to your friends.
Thank you.
Hillary went to my wife's bachelorette party for one night. And it was in North Carolina. It was not easy to get there. And she just went for the day because she had to then come back and go to Europe, I think.
For work, yeah.
For work.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, holy smokes. And I will say that when someone does something like that, like what you're endeavoring to do, which is to go for one night, because I assume you have work or something.
I have shit here that I can't miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reads even more powerfully as a level of commitment. If you go for one night and everyone's like, yeah, Julio he was there for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's double brownie points.
Yeah.
That's a whole tray of brownies.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's like, well, most people in his position would not have come. But he made the effort. He was just there in and
Yeah,
out,
thanks,
but he
man.
was there for the big tequila shot toast and,
Uh-huh.
when we all shaved the groom's testicles together. I don't know what the hell goes on in Montreal. But
Well, dude, I'm hoping that there's a moment where we have to have a talk because, we're somewhere where there's girls dancing or something. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm cool, but,
Oh, no. I don't know if you want that. Is that what you want?
I'm not even allowed to have that.
You want to
But, right-
solidify your brotherhood, like
No, I want
even more.
I want to be like, I want him to be nervous that I'm there because he knows that in the end of the day, my allegiance is to his bride to be.
Yeah.
who we're now giving to him.
Yeah, but that just
Entrusting
means
him
that
with.
they're all knowing that you're gonna leave for the second day, which means all of
Yeah,
the
they're saving
hanky-panky
all the
activity is
hanky-panky for day 2.
happening on day 2.
Obviously I'm kidding, but like the idea, it's like a cliche from like movies that I'm across the room being like,
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, but it just means when they like wish you well and you head off to the airport, they're all gonna be like, "Julio's gone, bring out the strippies, ba ba ba."
Dude, they're all European too. I think they're all most of the
Wow.
people that will be here are British. They'll be like, "Oh mate, he's gone."
They're British.
I think
Is he British? The
Yeah.
groom. Wow, good for her. I like American women that marry British men.
He's
I like
a stud. Yeah, this guy's
I like
a stud.
couples like that.
He's a stud, bro.
If I were an American woman, I think I might marry a British or an Australian man. I think probably I would. Given the choice. Given the choice, I would.
He is a great guy, and we are very excited for them. But yeah, it's going to be fun to sort of like lean into this, lean into the whole thing.
So fun,
The
dude.
wedding's coming up soon too. It's going to be really fun in Italy. Gonna be a ball.
Wow. Where in Italy?
Tuscany,
Yeah.
at like a really really sick spot.
I've heard of it. Mhm.
Pumped for that. And we're doing a little extension. We're gonna do the little Balkan
Extendo.
pub crawl extendo clip.
Do you remember really quick? Speaking of, my buddies called it the extendo, but there was a period in time where women, especially on Instagram, young women, were using some kind of an app to make their legs a lot longer than they actually were.
Facetune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my buddies called it the,
The
extendo.
That's really funny. The extendo is very good, dude.
Yeah. You don't see it as much anymore, but
Much of the extendo.
maybe it's just the technology's gotten better.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How long are you guys going to be in Italy for?
Just like a Thursday through Sunday situation.
Oh, okay.
And then the Saturday before we're arriving and we're going to Croatia, Bosnia,
Oh my
Montenegro.
God.
Yeah.
You and Hill Dog?
I think Hill Dog will sit out Bosnia. It'll be her reading time
Uh-huh.
because she always jokes that when she's trying to read, I'm like, "Hey, can I?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're reading?"
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I dude, I'm the same thing happens to me. I pick up a book and it's as if I've thrown out the bat signal for Sierra. Hey, if you got any questions, now's the time. Me picking up a book is me announcing I'm doing an AMA on Reddit.
That signal, dude. That is funny. So, yeah, that should be really fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I haven't traveled much, dude, since, for me at least. I mean, I guess the end of last year I did, but I've barely been on a plane this year. And I haven't traveled internationally, I don't think, since I was in Dubai en route back from Afghanistan. Cool. Oh, so I guess in a fortuitous turn of events, we've realized that Francis, and unfortunately not a fortuitous turn of the neck.
Yes. No.
Ah.
The old crick of the neck.
The old crick of the neck.
One of those neck braces.
I know.
Dude, this is actually funny
Be
because
funny to
now
compete in one of those.
it's nice to give you guys. You'll be more durable.
Turn your whole body to say hi to someone. How dare you try to stab me in the back? You know I can't see you coming.
Well, this will be funnier for everybody because now you're going to realize how Francis's neck injury is really going to impact him, Francis. If you
Yes, I'm participating in Barstool's Most Dangerous Game Show.
let's go.
Barstool's Most Dangerous Game Show is the show. I'm very excited about it. There's a really fun cast. A lot of people I really like. Some people I don't know particularly well who I'm really excited to get to know.
Cash prize.
Yep.
How many participants?
8.
And who are they?
It's Pat, Barstool Pat from Out and
Okay.
About.
Okay.
Megan Making Money from sort of sports gambling wherewithal. And then there's Dana Beers of beer chugging fame. There is Rude Boy Rudy Junta, who is the producer of Anus, I think, and some other great podcasts and does a lot of Twitch streaming himself. There is Grace O'Malley of Plan Brie Uncut fame. She's
Awesome.
starting to get into some stand-up herself. Very funny young lady.
Awesome.
There is Spider, who is sort of the everyman fixer of Barstool Sports. Runs around, incredibly hard worker, but also very devious.
He could do well. On
He
that.
can be. He's a threat, but I do like Spider a lot. So hopefully, he and I can be on good terms. And then I think that might be it. I think
Does
I've
the
named
app
everyone.
have like handicaps for this?
Not that I know of, but
That
it
would
would
be fun.
It would be cool to sort of handicap it.
Yeah.
Are
Are you gonna have your Jordan moment and win despite your injury?
I do not, if I'm honest, I do not have very high hopes for my chances here. And it was before the injury. It was the same way. This is not.
This is what I think is gonna happen, dude. You're gonna arrive. The weight of your life in New York City will suddenly start to lighten off of your shoulders, and you're gonna start to really embrace your surroundings. And you're gonna be like, you know what? God damn it, I can win this thing.
But I think what the producers do so well with this particular one is that the challenges are not, they're not easily dominated by somebody who is, I guess, in better physical shape,
Right.
or of a higher IQ level. And I'm not even, you know what? I'll say, yeah, I probably am at the higher end of both of those things. As far as this cast goes, I'm not even being. I don't think I'm telling tales out of school, but the point is, it is equalized. There is an equalizing effect in that, it's eating crazy bugs and stuff. And you know me, I'm a very picky eater.
Are you? I feel like you would eat bugs if they were served to you at like a fancy
I
restaurant.
probably would.
It's true. He would. You'd eat cricket pie or whatever.
I sure would eat a cricket pie if it were under a Michelin star and I knew that it was, the signature dish. But I don't think we're eating cricket pie. I think we're eating just cricket abdomen, served up on a friggin' plate. So, I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to do. I also think that, and maybe this is a very arrogant thought, but my guess would be, given my history, I've won a lot of things at Barstool over the years, from, winning Barstool Idol to the Spelling Bee to various other things. I would guess that people will view me as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And, they like to get out the people who are the threats.
Oh, yeah.
So, unless I can really steamroll. And the point too is, I guess it's such that if you start winning challenges, it's like the more you win, the bigger the target on your back becomes.
Interesting.
So performing too well can hurt you.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I'm excited about it. I'm gonna be away for a full week, man.
Crazy.
Which I haven't done that in a long time, and I feel bad for my wife. But I recently asked my wife how she feels about being alone, and she said she loves it, which actually kind of stung a little bit. She was so enthusiastic about me going away that I started to have major doubts and think I should install some sort of a hidden camera in our bookshelf to see what she's up to.
Well, you guys have a good social infrastructure. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure she's not just. Obviously, she's not. But I'm saying, like, I'm sure she's doing all right without you.
Oh, without a doubt. No, without a doubt. So lots of fun to be had. And,
awesome, man. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Really cool. Well, I guess I should mention this. A lot of people have been like talking about having more stuff of my dad in the mix, and we have a vlog coming out tomorrow from when I was back home in Connecticut.
Fantastic.
And it's very dad heavy.
Silly.
It's not too long. It's silly. It's fun.
Great.
And it'll give you a nice sense of like where I'm from and stuff. I think you
That's
guys.
what we like to hear.
I think you guys will like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
Where will that be?
Sorry, on the Oops YouTube channel.
Yeah, the Oops YouTube channel, guys. We put a lot of fun stuff on there. We're putting United States of Kids episodes on there. Some really fun ones. All courtesy of Ryan and Chris. Everything we put on there has their incredible deft touch on it. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. It would really help us.
It does
you
help
could subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that. And yeah.
Cool. Guys, I don't know if you've noticed the shades on my face right now.
Oh, wow.
They're pretty sick, right?
I saw you and I thought to myself, is that a celebrity?
Shady Rays, baby.
Shady Rays.
Shady Rays is good stuff. I'm telling you, these are a good pair of glasses. They're
Awesome.
durable. They are, I don't feel bad about kind of like tossing them around because they're like durable. I don't know how to explain it. They're kind of like sporty without being sporty because these are very versatile glasses in every way.
But they're also fashionable.
Quite.
I look at you wearing those and I say to myself,
They're
man,
swaggy,
Julio's
right?
really got it going on.
I think I look hot, dude.
Yeah, he's ready to pipe.
I think I look hot.
Lay it down.
Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn.
Sure
the
is.
price range is very, very reasonable, and they do make great stuff. Durable frames, extremely clear optics for all of your outdoor adventures. If you don't love them, you can exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is going to give you their best deal of this season. Coming into the warm weather, you need yourself a nice fresh pair of shades. Give you a little bit of pep in the step. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code OOPS for 50% off
Oh my gosh.
of 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's OOPS for 50% off of 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. They're really great.
That's quite a deal.
Grab a pair.
Yeah.
Can I ask about Rhubarb Pie? How's she doing?
Yeah,
I
Rhubarb's
haven't
in pretty.
had a dog update in a while.
Well, yeah, she's doing well. Rhubarb is she's good. She is skittish. Did I tell you that?
Well, in what capacity?
She gets a little skittish. We were walking out. I was walking
But
her.
dude, I've seen pictures of her lying on you.
No, not of me so much.
Oh,
She gets spooked easily.
oh okay.
There are so many wonders of this world with which she is not familiar yet
Got it.
in her young life.
Got it.
And we'll go outside, and the other night, someone was skateboarding towards us, and she thought it was a demon barreling down on some magic carpet, trying to, kill her, I guess.
Oh
And
my god.
just started really trying to hide and run away and pulling hard at the leash, yanking to get away from it. Because skateboards are loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skateboards loud, especially on a sidewalk that has the little cracks in it.
Oh yeah. You're
in
constantly
between
hearing.
slabs.
Ba-dum.
Yeah, bum bum bum, and there's a lot of noise. And I'll tell you what.
Rotten kids.
Yes, skateboarders. Although I do think they're cool. Do you ever walk by a kid trying to land a skateboarding trick, and he's got a guy filming him on a rail or a set of 3 stairs, and
Their guy who's filming it is always like as close to the ground as he possibly can be.
yes,
It's like-
exactly.
yeah.
It always occurs to me when I see people like that there's a very clear distinction between the guys who are really trying hard to land the trick and the guys who just don't seem to give a shit about actually landing it
Interesting.
and are either not good at skateboarding and have no idea what they're actually capable of. And they just keep going, and they'll like ollie, and the board will go flying, and then they run it out, and they're like, damn. And they collect it and go back to their starting position. It's like, dude, you're not trying. You're not committed. You just are doing this for the look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched those kinds of kids?
As you say it, like it's making sense to me. I'm not sure I've noticed that specifically. Like to me, I'm like, oh, like they must just be trying to get better. But like you're probably right. Like there's the brand package is a selling point.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever. I can just be trying to skateboard, and that's good enough for me because I look like a skateboarder, which
Right.
makes me cool. And that was my goal here.
That's it.
Yeah.
And none of them wear helmets.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. If you were to see a guy wearing a helmet, you would know that he was very serious about his skateboarding career.
Probably a dork.
That's a guy who's been through the ringer and wants to protect his
Yeah.
longevity because he's probably sponsored.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I know some. I've met some like really good skating people.
Skaters?
Skaters.
You can say skaters.
Skating people.
We know
And
what we're talking about.
I don't know, dude. They seem to not wear helmets very often. They seem to be like, as a group, it's funny. They have a lot of energy, but also like angst. It seems
Yeah,
like
a lot
it's like
of
an angsty group. Like I'll never forget this. One of the guys I knew who's like a big skater guy, and he's actually extremely successful as well.
Wow.
This might be kind of telling too much information. That
It's
might
okay.
be that might make it obvious who this is. Whatever. So
Is he a pro skateboarder?
I like let's keep it ambiguous. But
Oh,
I
here
don't-
goes Julia
I'm
once
about
again.
I'm about to tell a story that like shows that like would portray him slightly negatively. So I don't want
okay.
to.
Okay, we'll leave it there then.
But like to me, this thing that he did is like a very guy who's a skater only thing to do.
Okay.
I'm making a massive blanket judgment there, but we're at a bar and we're like drinking and we're like partying And it's like it's a busy bar, so you might not have noticed this. But at one point, he just takes his drink and smashes it on the floor.
What?
A cocktail, smashes it on the floor, and then just goes, woo!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck?
Did they kick him out?
No.
Did they notice?
It was a big and loud and busy enough place that nobody noticed.
He just got away with it?
Just fully got away with it.
Oh, Lord.
Didn't hesitate to do it. And like is a little what's the word? Not naughty.
He's a vandal.
He's a little bit of a vandal.
I don't like vandals.
He's a little bit of a
I
vandal.
really don't like vandals, Julio.
That culture has a bit of it in it.
It definitely does.
You know?
It's the 90s carryover.
Right.
We've circled back. We've circled back to it. And I remember distinctly the vandalism of the 90s, the destructiveness, the show. It was a lot of the time, it was an affect, I thought. I thought a lot of the kids that would destroy things, I remember specifically shop front windows. They would even knock a window out but not go and loot the store. So it was just pure destruction. It's like, all right, well, if you created access to a fucking, Oshkosh bagosh, you might as well go in and get some socks. No, but it would be that, or a lot of the time they would smash out, do you know, like fire extinguishers that would be held behind glass?
Yeah, right.
Break in case of emergency, they would break those kinds of glasses.
Those kids would pick on me a little bit too.
Yeah, I don't like those
quite call it
kids.
bullying, but
I don't like vandals at all. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Really don't like vandals.
It's not a good look.
Can I share something about
Yeah,
dealing with the skater bros?
please.
So I was a closeted skater. I didn't tell people I skateboarded, but I always did it every day in middle school.
Wow.
And I had a ramp, and I was trying all the time.
You were pretty good.
I was trying all the time, and trying and trying, and I kept it to myself because there was a group of people in my middle school. They would loiter around the Burger King. They would cause a lot of trouble. They'd always get kicked out, and they were doing a lot of things that you were describing. And I went to Burger King one day with my friends, and they started bullying us.
Oh my
and
God!
They were just calling us
Please
little bitches.
Please tell me you took one of their skateboards, kickflipped, and they were like, "Oh!"
Yeah, Daniel LaRusso moment.
I don't want to cut your story short, though.
So,
I love where this is going.
the next day, or maybe later that week, it was a Friday, and the middle school is by the elementary school, and the elementary school has this outdoor, nice, smooth concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me a little bit of a push as they walked by me at the end of the day, and then they called me a pussy, and it became a little bit of a thing. And I said, "Do you guys have your skateboards?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I said, "You like bullying me?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Is this real? You're
This is
telling
real.
a real story
This
right
is
now?
real.
Not like an episode of a Disney show?
It feels like.
Seriously.
And they're like, "Oh yeah?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right, meet us at the concrete by the elementary school. I bet you can't even do a kickflip." And I was like,
They said that to you?
"Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." So me and my 4 friends went with them and their 6 people, and people were congregating around. And I grabbed Sam Fickinger's skateboard, and in the first attempt, I landed a kickflip.
Wow. Oh my God.
And it was only the second time I've ever landed a kickflip.
What?
Wow.
Pressure.
Good for
And
you, bro.
they never bothered me again.
Wow.
Wow.
Sam Fickinger and Jesse.
And now Sam
Wow.
Fickinger is the manager of that Burger King.
Mm.
Dude,
And a loser to this day.
Dude, you
Damn, bro.
that's crazy. Good for you, man. You're a gamer.
That's
They-
amazing,
You should
Ryan.
be in
Thank
the
you.
Barstool Most Dangerous Game.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's awesome, Ryan.
Some skateboards.
That's
Well
a great
done,
story.
man. Well
That
done.
reminds me of Zac Efron in High School Musical when he has the basketball and there's a kid who like comes in to bully him and he starts like pushing it around and spinning it on his finger and he's like telling all these things and just puts him in his place. That's a great scene.
That
Yeah.
is good.
Classic scene. That's what that scene was like. Wow, I
Life
love
changing.
that.
Life changing.
I
That's
love
pretty
showing up bullies. That's so great, man.
Dude, I have not the same kind of story, but I've been meaning to mention this because it's such an absurd story. And I don't think I've ever told this on the pod. And if I have, you guys can stop me. But did I ever tell you about the time where this is probably the 7th time I did some version of stand-up comedy, and it was me performing for Alec Baldwin at a lunch.
What?
Yeah, I never told you this.
No.
Okay, so I was like, I'm going to be a comedian, right? This is 2008. In 2008, I begin. So I start doing one show a month, and that turns into maybe one or two a week. But by the time the summer arrives, I've done, 25 shows maybe. Right?
Okay.
And I'm not good. I don't really know much, whatever. So these people that I'm friends with, Alec Baldwin lives close to them on Long Island.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, so Alec Baldwin's is coming over for lunch. You should perform for him.
Oh my God.
You should perform for him. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
So, but dude, now, we're comedians and we understand that the idea of somebody getting up and performing next to a lunch. So anyway, now I'm tasked with, all right, you're going to perform for Alec Baldwin. And, so I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, Alec Baldwin, like SNL. Like before you understand comedy at all, the SNL is like the only tangible thing you know about.
Yes.
You're
right.
like, oh, but you do characters. Your impression of that guy, they're going to love. There's nothing like that out there. There's nothing like that. They're not doing that. You know what I mean? Like that is the thing. Everybody is going to be on SNL and their whole family tells them they should be on SNL because they were funny one time.
Right.
So I did one funny thing. You should be on SNL. So now I'm assembling this SNL friendly audition effectively.
Yeah.
I wonder if he even remembers this. I've seen him a few times since. He may not remember that this ever happened.
Does he remember you when you see him?
Kinda, but I can't tell if it's a way where it's like he's computing, okay, I'm in this environment. I know this guy. I've seen this guy here before. I don't know if I saw him outside of that, if he would remember me. But he's very good at it because everybody knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll immediately, he has an icebreaker. He has a thought. We'll have a dinner thing. He'll have a plate. He'll have 2 tacos on it. He'll be like, I love how they always put 1 steak taco and 1 shrimp taco.
Oh, that's good, Alec Baldwin there.
He'll have some line.
Yeah, that's Alec Baldwin you did there.
He's super.
You should be on SNL. Yeah.
Super charming. Can talk. He listens. He's he asked Hill Dog 700 questions one time to the point where I'm like, am I about to be usurped?
Yeah.
Going back to usurping.
Yeah.
So anyway. Long story short, the lunch comes. I'm pretty fucking nervous for this lunch.
Uh-huh.
I get up there and I do a bunch of impressions, dude. It's really cringe to think back on.
Ooh.
And I was like, all right, now this is 2009 when this happened. So let's just say some of the stuff I was doing might get me in trouble today. Let's just keep it at that. And he was nice and whatever. The fact that he was entertaining this to begin with.
Yeah, that's
can
tough.
you imagine if you went to lunch at somebody's house and they're like, all right, now this guy, and then he also doesn't know who I am. He just thinks that I'm a nepotism guy now. Oh, I happen to know people who know you. Now I get to perform for you. He doesn't know that I'm,
You think it was that more
I got
than
student loans and shit?
You think it was that more than having the 5-year-old stand up at the party to sing the song that they learned? And
at
everyone's
least that guy's
wow.
5, bro. At least he's 5.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s. It's not all right, sing your song. And
Julio
I'm
prepared something for you, Alec. Julio, are you ready? It's not ready yet. I don't know. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
hamming it up, dude. That's great. So anyway, I did it. And then after... he was like, oh, so you want to do this? I forget what he said, but he actually did give me some advice. He said something about he's like, if you want to be an actor or you want to act, he's like, you should probably move to LA. He's like, it's easier to do.
Interesting.
And this, and I was like, okay. And that was pretty much it. And I've seen him a couple times since, and I wonder if he remembers this.
You did kind of move to LA, and did him saying that have anything to do with that?
Maybe. And at the time when I did move to LA, it appeared, when I was there for a little bit at least, it appeared that acting was a thing that I was really, really pursuing and into. And my agents at the time were like, you need to be there for pilot season, da da da. So as far as auditioning and stuff, and I don't really know, dude. I never fully like hit my stride out there, but it could have had something to do with it.
Interesting.
It definitely probably added to the pile.
Gotcha. Cool.
So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
And now here we are. Dude, so I was up pretty much all night last night. I was really rushing to get a watchable cut of my video done.
Oh.
I crushed a sound mix staring at my computer for 10 straight hours. Then I quickly slapped on some color and I started to export it. But the problem was I was having an export error, which then took 3.5 hours. And before I knew it, it was 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
And it was too late to even watch it. And I'll tell you what, what's getting me through it today? Drinking a Hangobi, man.
Yeah, calm. It sounds like you need a calm.
It's refreshing. It is delicious. And I do feel calm, centered and grounded as I drink it. And I feel very zen.
Yeah.
And sometimes I take pride in overcoming a day where I have no energy.
I do too. If you realize that you can get through it when you have not much gas in the tank, you sort of feel
invincible.
powerful. Yeah.
Power.
And I said you should drink the calm based on your experience, but I also think you could probably benefit from a wake or an essential.
The wake probably would have been good too. I'm out of those. I got to order a new case. But the Hangobis are really great. They're delicious. They're good to mix drinks with. And they're a lot of fun.
They're so good. They've got these clouds on the cover, which make me, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm just gently lying in the clouds when I'm drinking my calm. Shortly thereafter, you just feel very at ease and satisfied. We're big fans. This is the, absolute official drink of Oops the Podcast, without a doubt. And
Big
right
time.
now, you can get them, guys.
30% off.
30% off with code Oops I'm Hung at hangobi.com. Oops I'm Hung is the code, no apostrophe in I'm. Oops I'm Hung, 30% off. Get yourself a case or two. It's absolutely delicious. Try this wonderful tonic.
Speaking of which, thank you guys for helping me, because we had the conversation on the pod about Afghanistan. And per everybody's, I did a poll and it was very heavily in favor of a series. So it's going to be a series.
Great.
You spoke, we listened. But it's going to be 5 parts.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be like parts 1 through 4, and there's episode 3.5. That's like a sort of it's like, I don't know how to explain it.
An
Like,
interstitial kind of?
Sort of. Yeah, it's sort of like a step to the right from the straight shot of the plot. But I like the way that it plays. I like the series element is really grown on me a lot, and I think it's gonna be really good. So
Awesome.
should be done pretty soon.
Wow.
And ready for you guys to. And there'll probably be you can pay to watch it without ads for free. You can pay to watch it without ads, or you can watch it for free on YouTube a week later, type of thing. So whichever you prefer.
Awesome, buddy.
It's cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Where are we at?
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, dude. So I saw something in public that was pretty funny. I saw somebody be polite, but then very quickly show that they are just like an extra person. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can like be polite, and if somebody sneezes and you're like, "Bless you," there is a small chance that the person who does that is a little unhinged.
Okay.
And it happened in this situation. This is what happened.
Okay.
Somebody sneezed in a store. It was like a fancy store. Hill Dog was doing some shopping. It wasn't even a fancy store. It was just a store downtown.
Sounds like it was a fancy store.
It was in Manhattan. It was downtown. And I was sitting because the second we go in the store, I sit. I find the couch and I sit immediately.
Did they ever bring you a beer?
No, but I know that when they have them, you fucking hit it.
Sometimes they'll do that.
Yeah.
At Rag and Bone in Soho, they brought me a Peroni.
Dude, remember we got cocktails.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
sick. It was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you could do that. It was impressive to watch Francis do that. So anyway, somebody sneezed. Somebody goes, "Bless you." I was like, "Oh, that was nice." And then she goes, "I mean, what was that? A sneeze or what was going?" I don't know what was going on there. I was,
Who said that? The person who said "bless you"?
Yes. I was like, that is so
was
bizarre.
he mocking the person for sneezing?
I don't think she was trying to, but the sneeze was it was like one of those sneezes that was kind of just like, it wasn't like the lava shooting straight up. It's like the half of the mountain exploded sneeze.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
little messy.
yeah.
I don't know what it was, but you know what I mean.
Shooting a parrot with a shotgun.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a graceful sneeze. Yeah.
That's
That's
what the sound you made
That is what it
was.
sounded like.
You tell me, you go back and listen to that sound Julio made and tell me that's not a parrot
Yeah.
being knocked off its stupid little perch with a shotgun.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Truly.
I like that.
but-
That's good.
Yeah, so that person is likely self-conscious about that sneeze, too.
Yes.
So be like, bless you. Thank you. I mean, what was that, a sneeze? or
Yeah, you're
what?
kind of undoing the goodness
What's
of your
going on
bless
there?
you.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like shocked.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
One more
Okay.
random thought, and I think we should do an email if you're
Yep.
open to it.
Hit me.
This may be the stupidest question of all time, but I'm curious. You know how at every soccer game or every like European sporting event, they go, oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did that chant originate from the song Sever Nation Army?
100%.
So Sever Nation Army turned into a soccer chant.
Yes.
The song
That
with
is
the white
correct.
stripes. Okay, so
Yes.
that didn't predate.
No, the chant did not precipitate the White Stripes to write that song.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
That song was just so catchy and has a through line that is so well sung by 40,000 people
Right.
at concerts, at soccer games, that I think it's become a universal, like, let's all get in on this together. The thing that I've realized at a lot of sporting events is that chants and certain things, it's very hard to keep the unison of it together. Do you know what I mean? Anytime I'm at like a Ranger hockey game and people start chanting, "Let's go Rangers," within 4 "Let's go Rangers," the other side of the stadium is completely on a different word from our side.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it all crumbles into ambient noise.
Yeah.
And songs don't do that. I don't know if I've always wondered about this. It's a good that you brought this up. In European soccer stadiums, they can sing songs to a word in unison. And that's what they prefer to do. And they pick them up out of nowhere. I don't know who's leading that charge.
Mhm.
There's no writing up on a Jumbotron saying, start singing in 1, 2, 3. And yet they hold it. They're of one voice. And it's amazing.
It is impressive.
We don't really seem to have that ability.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what it is and why.
I think my guess is that certain songs you can keep together more easily than other songs. But I think that even certain songs here in America, one group will get ahead and then, you're on a different word or a different verse and it all
gets
jumbled.
jumbled.
But
Maybe-
they don't
yeah.
they don't lose the thread. They're all thinking hive mind song.
And also, yeah, well, the one thing that might help is that if you're repeating the same thing over and over again, it might be easier to like get out of sync.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a song is slightly more defined.
Right.
Even though "Let's Go Rangers" should be theoretically be kind of obvious, if
Yeah.
you do it enough, I could see it going out of sync.
Right. Also, what helps too is if there is a Jumbotron or a major speaker system
that
giving
has-
us the bum
Follow-
defense.
Yeah, yeah.
If you've got some sort of
Dun, dun, the organ.
guide, yes,
Yeah.
with which to maintain your song.
Dude, my cousin in Italy, I have this cousin who's constantly at soccer events.
Mm-hmm.
I believe for Inter. Milan,
Wow, they're having
yeah.
a good season. Yeah,
Are they?
I think
don't
they're in
really
the
follow.
Champions League semifinal right now.
Oh, wow.
The
So
2 Milan teams are.
he is always at games,
Uh-huh.
chanting and singing along.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll be like walking down the street, and I think he's like protesting. And I'm like, oh, is he like doing some political thing? And then it turns out it's just like a soccer parade.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's not even like, yeah, what is that? There's nothing even happened.
yeah.
Is it like game day? Is that European tailgating? Parading?
They carry their allegiance everywhere.
Yeah.
They carry it everywhere. Speaking of Bosnia, we were did I ever tell you this? We drove from Montenegro. We took taxis from Montenegro to Hvar to Split to take a boat to Hvar in Croatia. And we had planned to take the taxis just to Dubrovnik and get on a boat
Yeah.
there, but the boat was full, so we
Oh,
had to
shit.
go on to Split. And I mean, we drove for like 7 hours. I
Yeah,
don't even know what it was.
I was thinking that's a far drive.
We drove through Bosnia, through
Oh, really?
all kinds of places. Just briefly. We had to go through a checkpoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It counts.
It counts.
dude.
Check it off. And we got out. You know, my buddy had bought a shirt in some silly stand in Montenegro that was a Serbian soccer team.
Okay.
And we got to Croatia, stepped out of the taxi after a 7-hour drive, and within 1 second, a guy had come over to him and was like, "Take that off."
Really?
He goes, "You need to take that off." And my buddy was like, "What?" And he was like, "I realize that you're not from here. You need to take that off right now for your own safety."
Wow.
Said that to him.
That's fucking
He was
awesome.
like, "You need to take that shirt off immediately, otherwise you're going to get attacked right here."
Oh my God.
And we were like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, they like take
Yeah.
it to the next level over there
Sorry,
with that
you
kind
know?
of shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
That's cool. That's a good story. I've never heard
Mhm.
that. I like
Mhm.
that. Speaking of which, dude, remember when I was talking about our flights to France that we have up and coming, you
Yeah.
and I.
Mhm.
And I was trying to find our flights, and I was having trouble convincing Hill Dog of flying on an airline she'd never heard of
Yeah.
that was significantly less expensive. And this was a back and forth. I have won the battle.
Oh.
Norse Airlines, here we come,
Norse
baby.
Airlines. That's actually not a plane, it's a boat. And I believe one of you will have to man an oar.
Yeah, NOAR, Norse.
Yeah, dinner tonight is hardtack.
But dude, yeah, I won the battle. The other flights were just too fucking expensive.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to not fly something that's half the price,
Without a doubt.
you know?
Without
And
a
I
doubt.
think I think I paid extra on the way there to get like a decent seat.
Nice.
So like I'm happy with the
You guys
the
will be
end
in good
result.
shape. That'll be
Looking
great.
good. Yeah.
Are you coming over early?
So not that early, but I think we might have like a little bit of overlap for a day in
Are we going to get
Paris.
one night in Paris
Yeah,
together?
I think we are.
Ensemble?
I think we are.
That's great.
It'll be nice to have you as our fearless French-speaking leader,
Oh, buddy.
so I don't have to deal with the stress.
We'll get entry to places that won't. The French are so territorial, and as soon as they hear me laying on some nice Frenchisms, they'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were tourists.
Oh, nice.
Right this
dude.
way into our back alley soiree."
Dude. It's huge. We really need
I have
it.
no idea if that's going to happen. It probably won't.
We'll be
but-
Francis will be a few days in too already. He'll be lubed up and ready to go.
Mhm.
Like he's gonna be ripping French.
Oh
dude.
yeah, I'm going to be ripping it up, and I'm going to be laying it on thick as to impress my friends.
You got it, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta.
The waiter's gonna come over and be like, "What would you like?" And I'll be like, "He just said, what would we like?"
That's
You're like,
good.
"Yeah, we fucking got that, dude." I'll order for the table. Should I? Yeah. I'm sorry, my friends don't speak French. You know.
Americans. So like, dude, we know what you're saying.
Yeah, we just started making fun of you guys together.
Loser Americans.
Yeah.
dude.
Awesome. Well, that is our episode of Oops the Podcast today. Just in case we said anything that was not factually correct, luckily we've got Facts with Ryan. Facts with Ryan. No denying. Facts with Ryan.
I have a French question for you.
Oh.
Do you know how to say "help me"?
Aidez-moi.
I think
There's probably many ways to say it.
"m'aides."
Hmm?
"M'aides." "M'aides."
Oh. How did you spell that?
M apostrophe AIDEZ.
Mede.
Midi.
That would be. I said aidez-moi,
Uh-huh.
and I would think aidez-moi is more correct than mede.
Guys, are we not realizing Mayday? Mayday, Mayday. There's the fucking etymology.
Wait, is
Did
that
you do
what
that on
you're
purpose?
saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where that's from?
Yeah. So Frederick Stanley Mockford proposed the word as it was the phonetic
Well
equivalent
done, Julio.
in French. It became official in 1923,
Wow.
just past the 100-year anniversary.
Dude, I thought that was a coincidence for a second. I was like, are you what?
Interesting. That is a
That's
full
very
circle
good.
moment.
Wow.
Very good, Ryan.
And I'm embarrassed that I
Very
didn't pick
good,
up on it
Ryan.
as our native French speaker.
That's very good.
And now I feel like I shouldn't even go to France.
No, but we didn't like.
that was a
It
te-
took
that
a
was
sec
teen
to say
thing.
it properly.
Yeah, wow.
And then sports injuries by numbers. In 2021, basketball was ranked number 3
Oh.
for injuries for people from the age of 25 to 64.
It's because of COVID, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Less people.
What was
playing.
number 1?
Exercise equipment, 222,000.
That's just because more people do that.
Mm.
I think it's funny that 65 and older trampolines, 316 people got injured. And then
Grandma, no!
That's pretty funny. And then the 4th most common injury in 2021 was skateboarding, scooters, and hoverboards. 5,720 people ages 65 and older got injured from that.
Fucking hell.
What's this thing?
What are you doing? Stepping on that.
Is that the hoverboards, the thing you lean forward on?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
Horseback riding, 65 and older, 4,967. Volleyball,
This is
189. No, just injuries,
deaths? Oh.
unfortunately. Toboggans, sleds,
Unfortunately.
snow discs, 610. Water skiing and surfing, 474.
Who's reporting all these?
And who's looping these categories together?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
awesome.
you know, I don't know if those are all
Insurance Information Institute.
Oh,
It
about
seems
gotcha.
pretty
walking?
legit.
Walking related
Yeah.
injuries.
No malware.
Awesome.
There we
That's
go.
awesome, man.
G, can we find you doing stand-up comedy anywhere soon?
Yeah, May 17th, I'm at Stress Factory in New Jersey.
Nice.
May 25th, Laugh, Boston. And then I don't want to get the dates wrong, but I think it's the 13th, 14th, 15th, or the 14th, 15th, 16th of June. I'm in Raleigh at Good Nights,
Nice.
followed by Zanies in Nashville, followed by the Punchline in Atlanta.
Wow.
Nice little stretch, little Southern swing, rock and roll. Come out. I would love to see you in Austin in July as well. Francis, what about you?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh at City Winery now. That's June, I think, 18th and 19th. Never been to Pittsburgh. Very excited to come perform there and meet so many of you. Shout out Pittsburgh. And I know I'm blanking on something right now. I think I have
Charlestown?
Charlestown. We're past that.
Okay.
I have
DC.
DC and Boston in the fall. I'm going to have Seattle and Tacoma. I'm going to have Tacoma and Spokane July, mid-July, like July 19th and 20th. So come out to that. All tickets for this are at francisellis.com, by the way. Ryan, what's up?
Is Charlestown May 12th?
Yeah.
This episode comes out on this upcoming Tuesday.
Oh, excuse
I want to
me.
redo that.
Come to Charlestown, West Virginia, the Hollywood Casino to see me and Lil Sasquatch May 12th for an interactive night of comedy and playing a little bit of table games at the lovely casino. So, again, tickets are all available at francisellis.com. Thanks, guys. That's Oops the Podcast. We'll see you soon.